you can only watch it for the first time once. It'll be interesting to see what we catch and what we don't.
Did you ever play the video game Mass Effect?
This is where Babylon 5 is becoming Babylon 5.
That was great. I love that.
100% completely accurate, definitive ranking of Babylon 5.
I love it so much.
We're officially into it, Jeff.
The year is 2025. The name of the podcast, Babylon 5, for the second time.
Welcome to Babylon 5 for the second time. My name is Brent Allen.
Hey, Brent. My name's Jeff Akin. It's good to see you.
Hey, Jeff. Good to see you, too.
How you doing?
Not too bad, man.
That's good. You remember a while ago when you and I were Star Trek podcasters?
I do.
That was a little while ago. But you know what happened?
Yeah.
We watched Babylon 5 for the first time, and that changed everything. And so
Did
that's
it?
what, yeah, it did. It changed it all for us.
It did. So much so we took the Star Trek thing out of our deal altogether, which it never should have been there in the first place.
Right?
So,
Exactly. That's part of the journey. And that's what we're doing now. We're just watching Babylon 5. We're watching it for the second time, and we're catching all those really cool things. There's no way we could have caught the first time around.
but you know what we are still doing, Jeff?
What's that?
We're still searching for those sci-fi messages, because that thing we learned as Star Trek podcasters is sci-fi specifically does messages really well. It is uniquely positioned to be able to speak to our society and show us ourselves, show us a mirror of ourselves. It can give us hope that things can be better in the future. It can teach us how to be better human beings to one another. And that's what we're looking for in Babylon 5, all the ones that we missed the first time around. Speaking of the first time around, this is not our first time around, Jeff.
Nope.
We have seen the entire show. If this is your first time around, you're listening to us, you're watching us, all that sort of stuff, this is not the show for you. All right. Go back to Jeff and I's first show, Babylon 5, for the first time. Catch us there, because we really want you to go through the show as unspoiled as you possibly can be. If you don't care about spoilers, then fine, stick around, because from this point forward, this show will be full of spoilers. Everything is on the table for Jeff and I to talk about from any point in the timeline, from anywhere in the entire franchise, not just Babylon 5, but Crusade, the movies, the books, everything is fair game for us to discuss.
We'll see if we find any of that stuff this week, Brent. We're watching Hunter Prey for the second time. Do you remember what you thought about this one the first time around?
I remember liking this episode quite a bit, but I think I also only remember half the episode. I remember Socrates
Yep, absolutely.
getting hunted down. That's what I remember. I don't remember anything else about the episode, though. And because I spoiler alert, I listened to our first episode.
What? You did?
Now I know what the other stuff is. I'm like, oh, that happens in this episode. I had no idea. Actually, I even forgot some of that stuff, because like we said, JMS is doing such a great job of laying groundwork now to where it just becomes a part of your consciousness. You don't even know where it happened anymore. And so there's some really cool stuff that happens, but really it's just the Socrates thing. I liked it, but I do remember my overall impression as I continued through the series and really up to today was good episode. Ultimately doesn't matter though. Like, good episode doesn't matter, but a good one-off episode. I'm very interested to watch this episode again through the lens of knowing where everything goes and seeing what happens, because I know we had some comments that I'm like, oh. Anyway, how about you, Jeff?
That's pretty cool. I can't wait to hear about him. I remember two things about this episode. I remember the Dr. Socrates stuff also, but two other things. I remember a Nutri-Grain bar, and I remember, you know what, though, that might actually be Walkabout. No, I'm pretty sure the Nutri-Grain bar is this episode.
Okay.
Because I remember we get a lot of Garibaldi and Franklin together in this one.
Okay.
And then I remember the just humiliating, again, to use my kids' language, cringe, the Kosh's ship thing that happened that was just awful and looked so horrible. But I remember enjoying this episode quite a bit. The Dr. Socrates stuff was cool. And I think I liked the Franklin and Garibaldi stuff too.
Well, Jeff, that's a lot of what we think we remember about the show. But as I mentioned, I went back and listened to our first episode. I know what we actually said.
You have reviewed the
first time
record.
around. Yes. Would you like for this? We need a gavel sound here,
Right?
to read into the record the stupidity of you and I. Here we go. Here's what I said. Oh, first of all, prior to actually talking about the episode, we were in the spot where we were reading reviews. which,
yeah.
Jeff, I believe we've got some new ones.
I think we might, yeah.
I think we've got some new ones. Got to work those in, pal. But there we had somebody write in, and I'm only bringing this up because I feel like it's a good time to reissue this as a warning. A person had written in, and I'm sorry I didn't write down that person's name. So sorry if you're listening. I'm so sorry. But they said that they were following along, so they were like watching the episode and then listening to us, watching the episode, listening to us, right? Fortunately, this time around, we're doing both together in the same package, so that might be a little more helpful. But I said then, and I'll say it again now. I have done that with other podcasts that I listen to. Mission Log being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
A few others, Tales, different things like that. Beam Me Up. I was part of Beam Me Up, but that same kind of idea. And I know what it is when you like get an episode behind. You didn't have time to watch that episode, or maybe it's just not one you like a whole lot, or something like that. And then you don't. Now all of a sudden you have 2 episodes you got to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 3 episodes you have to watch because you just, life got busy. And then the next week you were sick, or you went on vacation or whatever. Now you're 4 episodes behind, and then you wind up just trailing off because you get so far out of it. And the thing I want to say to folks is if you find yourself in that spot, don't stop and catch up. Just jump in with where we are.
Yeah.
You can go back and catch the other stuff. It's evergreen. It'll still be there. Just catch up with, just join us right where we are. It'll be fine. You'll be just fine. So don't let that be the thing that makes you fall off. Anyway, just thought I should reissue that warning because it feels like appropriate for where we are here. Jeff, I loved this episode.
Really? Okay.
I said this is a top 5, maybe even a top 3 episode.
Wow, really?
But it was a lot of fun. Now, ultimately, when I placed this, because I got to place this in the ranking that time, I put it in at number 4. So not quite top 3, because the top 3 are just fairly untouchable, right? So I'm eager to see where this one lands at the end of today's episode as compared to like where we were the first time around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you would have placed it much lower because you were not a big fan of this episode.
Oh, I was not.
You were very meh. You're like, it's fine. Like my memory of it, of like, yeah, it was a good episode, good one-off episode, but ultimately it doesn't matter. That was like you the first time around.
Okay.
Me the first time around was like, yeah, this is awesome. So I don't know what happened in my memory that we did that. But the guy playing Socrates, the guest actor, killed it for you.
Oh, he did.
He killed it for you. That and the CG in this episode.
Yeah, I totally remember that part.
Now you remember the last episode.
It was so good.
It was so good. So good. And so the one in this week, just not good.
I think a lot of that's because last week it was big, and like there was distance and whatever. This one like gets so close up, and it's just ugh.
So we had that. You and I both had some new corkboard red string.
Oh, I love these
stuff to tie around, which was really cool. The thing is, Jeff, there really wasn't a whole lot in this episode that really had anything to do with Socrates, which is the thing I remember about this episode.
Yes.
Because the other half of this episode is Sheridan and Kosh talking to each other.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah. This is Sheridan going like, hey, teach me what I need to know. And Kosh is like, you're going to kill legends. And he's like, well, am I ready? He's like, no, you're not ready. Well, do what it takes to get ready. Help me get ready. Like it's this whole big conversation between Sheridan and Kosh, and super fundamental laying the groundwork. Also, this is the one where we get Indiana Garibaldi.
Yes. With the hat.
The hat, yeah. Everyone's like, no, it's supposed to be like film noir, and you were like, no, that's Harrison Ford.
100%.
Film noir, folks. I get it. Okay, fine. But so this is that episode. We did not talk about the Socrates, this doctor storyline very much at all, outside of the idea of like, so this guy was like Franklin's teacher. And how buddy with all of his teachers, like how much of a suck up was he in school? Because remember his teacher friend from the episode Infection?
Right, Ducky.
Yeah, and he's like, this is my good friend. I know him really, really well. Like I was close to some of my college professors. I was not on a friend level with any of them though.
Little, professional distance, academic distance there.
So anyway, so there's that. You said, Jeff, well, first of all, you had some questions as to how much of the Sinclair storyline was repurposed for Sheridan here. Like we didn't know. And so I'm not entirely sure what all that is. So knowing what we know the original plan for Sinclair was supposed to be, I'm interested to compare that to what's going to happen with Sinclair in this one. Not Sinclair, Sheridan, I mean, in this one. Right. You also said this. You're not ready to say that Kosh is a good guy yet.
Really? Look at
Mhm.
me.
Yeah. Now I was all over that. I still am on that. I still think between the two, the Vorlons were the good guys, and I am correct.
Objectively.
I don't care what JMS says. I'm correct.
Yeah.
Now we pulled out the cork board, and I said this. I said, what if the Vorlons and the Shadows are both organic tech? What if, Jeff, they're two sides of the same coin?
What if they were? Wow.
Right?
Nice.
Nailed that one.
Yeah, that's great.
And you said very eloquently, Jeff, samesies. That was also your red string. Like samesies. I also compared the Shadows and Vorlon to a pair of species in Stargate that I couldn't tell you about back then.
Yeah.
I still can't tell you about it yet because you haven't got there yet.
Oh, really? There's still more. Okay.
So I say that just to say you still have a lot more left in Stargate to go because there's stuff like I'm making references you still don't even you're not even aware of it yet.
And we're so far into that series.
We are. I actually said this. I called out Kosh. I said Kosh is an energy-based life form.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And I kept saying he's an ascended one. He's ascended, right? Like he's ascended. This is just his encounter suit. It's ascended. You said, what if the ship and Kosh are one?
Oh, okay. Like a manifestation of sort of thing.
Which remember how connected the ship. Remember when Kosh died, like the ship like flew into the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So good job on that one. And the last thing that I really the last thing I said about the episode itself, and then I got something that you and I talked about, which we have some comeuppance we have to pay here, Jeff. But the last thing I said was, you remember how awesome Deep Space Nine got when Cisco shaved his head and grew the goatee?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how awesome would it be if Sheridan shaved his head and grew the goatee? Now he doesn't shave his head; he gets actually a quite beautiful coif.
He does.
But he gets that goatee.
He does get that goatee.
And everything gets, everything's awesome before then. But I mean, when you think of Sheridan in your head right now, do you think of goatee-less Sheridan or do you think of goatee Sheridan?
Goatee Sheridan.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you guys? Comment down below. Let us know which one is in your mind when you think about him. Okay. Oh, also the other thing, this is in my notes. You and I had the rule of 3 back then.
Yeah.
I had 3, you had 3 references to Star Trek. This episode, I used all 6.
Yeah, that was a normal thing for you to be like, I'm taking this one of yours.
I asked if I could borrow.
Oh, that's nice.
I just never gave them back. You never needed them.
I never needed them. I tried to avoid them.
But we had some great Star Trek like references. Like there was some back and forth on this. Here's the other thing. We got a little comeuppance to do here, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know the ending joke where like you start signing off and then like I interrupt you and we have some little quippy thing at the end. We usually try to tie it to the episode in some way or not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, you and I decided that this would be a good idea to try to do this like long game for the ending joke, where very early in the episode, you cut me off and you got really awkward live on mic, where you're like, I don't like it when you cut me off at the end of the episode. It makes me feel like a jerk. It makes me feel like less of a person.
I remember
And I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm not. Oh, it got so weird listening to it.
Really?
And he was like, we should probably cut this out of the podcast, which of course we weren't because it was a part of the bit for later on, right? We get all the way to the end and we did that. You do the thing and I cut you. I was like, I'm cutting you off again. And then we quoted something out of the thing. It did not land. It was not funny and it was not worth the awkward. I would like to apologize to everybody out there who listened or watched that on YouTube or you're on a podcast somewhere. It just did not, like, it was funnier in our head because of the setup and then the payoff. It just didn't land, man. It was not good.
When you're swinging, 115 times,
Right.
You're gonna miss sometimes.
You're gonna miss sometimes. We tried that. You know what? We get an A for effort on that one.
Okay, I'll take it.
Like we put some thought into how that one would go. It needed to bake a little more.
Yeah.
Needed to bake a little more. Jeff, that's what you and I said during our first go around. You've scoured the internet. You've looked to see what JMS himself has said about the episode. Is there anything you uncovered about this episode? I feel like maybe there's not a ton out there, but I could be wrong. What is there, Jeff?
Yeah, there's not a lot on this one, and
Yeah.
but what there was kind of interesting. The big one was you love this episode. I was kind of meh on it. This is one of JMS's least favorite episodes in the whole series. He says it feels too conventional. He wrote things like Franklin being able to read an inscription on a watch from across the room. He's like, it just didn't check out. And it's like, and
you mean he wrote something down and it just didn't land?
Yeah, it just didn't land.
You know what? We were prescient about what we did. That's exactly what it was.
Exactly. But he says you can only blame the writer for that bastard. It's already a comment over in our council chambers.
He called himself a bastard.
He did.
That's funny.
You gotta love that. You know how Sheridan is such a huge conspiracy theory buff?
Oh, so I mean, he never stops talking about it.
It's such a foundational part of his character.
Yeah, absolutely.
So JMS claims that when Sheridan gets excited to locate and liberate Dr. Socrates, that's him embracing a conspiracy. So that conspiracy theory thing is foundational to the episode.
I know our audio people can't see my face right now.
They can feel it though.
Believe me, a look of derision and disbelief is settling pretty hardcore into my expression right now.
Yes. I have one for the episode that I'll hit, but the final note I have is Bernie Casey is in this episode. No. Bernie Casey is he plays the character. Nope.
Oh, dang.
He plays Derek Cranston. He was the Tri-Lam, right? The president of the Tri-Lams in Revenge of the Nerds. Yep. He was the principal in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. JMS says Bernie Casey is a great person and a fine actor, and I have no idea what the hell happened to his performance in this episode.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very interested in seeing that play out. But that's what I found.
Can I just tell you, I heard us continually referencing Cranston. I honestly thought that this is the episode where Bryan Cranston is like that that soul ranger who like dies at some point in the end. I thought that's who we were continually referring to. Not an actual character. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's a guy. He's the Earth guy, kind of pushing the Socrates thing. All right. So that's what I found, Brent. So now that we've got that groundwork laid, what do you say we watch this episode?
Let's do it.
If you're joining us for the first time here today, and even if you're not, let's tell you what is coming up after this. We're going to pull up the episode. We're going to watch it right here in real time with you. If you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see the cut up version, the reaction video style thing. If you want to see the full and unedited version of this, where Brent and I watch the entire episode and comment upon it, you can do that by visiting our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/badnerds.
And if you're listening to this on an audio podcasting app, guess what? You're not really going to get anything different than what the video folks get. You're going to get the full audio of exactly how that goes. We want you guys to be in that whole conversation at the end. We'll have our conversation at the end for that. So good news. You're not going to miss anything. But if you're just curious what Jeff and I look like, you can go over to our YouTube page and check out. I mean, we've got faces for radio and podcasting for
100%.
days, Jeff.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Let's do an episode. What?
Sorry, everyone, by the way.
Well, sorry for you. Right. You're welcome for me. What can I say?
Yeah.
It's either you're welcome or we're sorry. It's one of the two.
Whatever works for you.
It'll be up to you.
You know? Everybody's got a type. That's great.
Right?
All right, let's do this.
They went down to Bay 13. I can link in if you want.
No, that's okay. I need to talk to them in person. Thanks.
And he's kind of big time in Garibaldi.
13. Nobody goes into.
Why is Corwin talking to Garibaldi like he doesn't know who he is?
Yeah, excuse me, sir.
Did you get that impression? Excuse me, sir. I get he actually could be like, hey, Mr. Garibaldi, can I help you with something? Like, I get it could be that. I get Garibaldi's maybe not really supposed to be in CNC. He just comes up willy-nilly anyway. And Corwin, maybe this is Corwin just exerting his own, like, I'm in command right now.
This is my CNC.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Get out of here.
CNC, Corwin's CNC.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that should be a t-shirt, right?
Right.
Like, that reads to me like, I don't know who you are.
And you shouldn't be here.
Cautious ship. Man, I can imagine being so confused about what that was. It's the first time.
Look at that. It's beautiful.
That is not good green screen.
Never seen anything like it.
Well, this was a time too. Actors probably weren't accustomed to acting to a green screen. Yeah, a very normal thing nowadays.
You said about this. You said this is
kind of propulsion system.
This is why they weren't doing CG back then, because it
No
just
idea.
wasn't ready.
I have an interesting comment about that when
We've
the
run a
scene's
few
over.
surface scans, as much as we thought we could get away with.
JMS says the opening scene just isn't what it was supposed to be. I adore him for this next line. The CGI just wasn't up to the task at the time.
Oh, there you go.
He says
Yeah.
the lettering on the ship fell flat. It looks like it was stenciled on. He says the official production term for a scene like this is oopsie. I feel very validated by that.
I feel very validated in every criticism we've ever given this show.
Agreed. Yes.
I don't know that JMS would disagree with that, but
They authorized extreme sanction against a civilian? God, what does
What?
this guy know?
that's
They didn't say.
isn't that fascism?
They're sending somebody here to coordinate.
go
the
against your
search. All I
own
know is
civilian
this.
population like
Armed or
that?
otherwise, if he gives any resistance, our orders to shoot to kill.
I mean, if this guy was an actual dangerous criminal, maybe. But you and I know what we know about this already, and we know what we know about the government.
I couldn't imagine any president or authority figure being worried about what a doctor could share about them. We've never experienced that at all in the last, 20 years that I can think of.
I think we've actually had more than one. Yeah. Like
Most of them.
More than one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
All but maybe one or two of them.
Right.
I mean, everybody loves jelly beans, Mr. President.
Captain, thank you. We appreciate your cooperation.
So far, I don't see any problem with dude's performance. Like, he's just
This guy?
Yeah, government official.
Yeah.
He knows all the right things to say.
He's the best there is.
The best there was,
best
and
there
the
was.
best there ever will be.
Fabio Kasecker was off to friend of yours. We had 3 dead bodies. Half the station was trashed, and a car and war machine was burning through decks and shooting at everything. Maybe he's not the same Dr. Jacobs you knew anymore.
Or maybe it's not the same Earth you knew before.
There it is, right there. Jeff just nailed it, folks. Jeff just nailed it.
We'll place guards behind us so that we'll be sure that he's not doubling back.
I can see why JMS might have had a problem with his performance here.
Right at this point, yeah.
It's very wooden.
These will help cut the odds down a little.
I mean, all we're missing is him looking for the cue card.
These guys are about as subtle as a brick through a glass window, but they know.
Well, I mean, he's just talking in every 3 words, but not like William Shatner did.
Right. This is literally, I don't remember my lines or understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is da 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 da.
I'm going to get paid. What time is dinner? When can I leave? I'm already done.
Hey, there you look at Jeff catching the beat.
I got it.
That's a drummer for you right there. Jerry Doyle is speaking in sentences.
Yeah, well,
The other guy was speaking in little chunks.
just once I'd like to.
Just saw that ranger walk by, right? A little with Garibaldi.
There's something I remembered I have to do.
What's the situation?
My parents went away
Before
on a
President
week's
Santiago
vacation.
was killed aboard Earth Force One, Clark,
I feel like as
claiming
co-conspirators,
he
they
had
should
some
have a
kind of
code or
24
something other than,
hours later,
the general sent me.
Earth Force One is destroyed in an accident.
I can see how this
Damn
would appeal
convenient
to the
illness.
As Clark's
Conspiracy
present position,
theorist.
Jacobs knew it wasn't true. We'll hit the target.
Nia asked a good question.
Because of
They're
this
having
you
this
can't-
conversation
you
in
only
the
get
open
one
where
shot.
anybody could
Find
just walk
Jacobs
in.
Yeah.
Before they do, they'll disappear him.
I didn't know that was a phrase that people used back then.
To disappear him.
They'll disappear him. Like I thought that was a relatively like in the last 5-10 years, people would say, "Yeah, I'm gonna unalive that person.
That's how
I'm gonna disappear them."
how ahead of the curve Babylon 5 was.
What are you talking about? It's not my birthday. The hell is...
Take a clue there,
Uh-huh.
Steve.
Mind?
Let's go.
Wear something comfortable.
We going out, bro.
How do you? I don't know that I could today do a single frame of something like that.
Right? Yeah.
First, I don't get into down below a lot. And second, when I do, they don't see me. They see the badge. And third,
I got this hat.
excellent. disguise. Let's go.
Guys, I know you say that's film noir. That is Indiana Garibaldi.
He's got the jacket and everything.
If he had a trench coat,
then maybe
I could go film noir. And if the thing went black and white, definitely, I'm with you. But
What's this? Fake pocket?
You've been holding out on me.
I actually really enjoyed this performance. He ripped it open to see if there's anything in there.
Data crystal.
You know how many pressure doors they're gonna have to burn through in order to check the whole area out?
47.
47!
On either side of the
Waste recycling plant. Captain, in the 2 years since I've been here, Kosh has never asked to speak to anybody.
Tell him I'll be there as soon as I can.
I got a bite on the line. I gotta go.
Him? Yes, I will stop everything and come talk to him.
Anything?
I think we lost interest in the future when all the things we were told were coming finally got here. Wasn't what we thought it was going to be.
It's kind of like what Jakar said to Dr. Franklin's victim in Distant Star of, like the future's not what you thought it was going to be. And I think that's a really big thing. I remember I made jokes about this on the Stargate podcast when we'd go over the air date, in the year 2000. Like we watched that stuff on Conan O'Brien, and this is what it's going to be. And it wasn't that stuff, I mean, by 2025, we're growing up. What were we promised? Right? Jetpacks, hover cars.
Well, 2015. No, it's 2015. 2015 is where Marty McFly went to the future.
Yes, we saw
hover
it.
Cars, hoverboards, self-tying shoes, which they do have. They're just not pushed out and marketed because nobody's going to get them. Self-drying jackets, fully automated robot, nostalgia cafe waiters and waitresses.
Yeah.
Almanacs of sporting things in the past, like a weather service that actually can accurately predict weather.
Yeah, all these things. We have none of those things.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, give the weather folks a break. I mean, next time your job involves predicting the future, give us a call.
Maybe somebody should have labeled the future "Some assembly required."
I like that.
That's a great line.
It is.
10,000 credits on delivery.
I think I can arrange that.
You heard this and you're like, man, I should have gone for more.
Yeah, exactly. He agreed too quickly.
Could you help me to understand you?
Do you love
Can
this?
you help me to understand you?
You
Well, I
loved
can
that
try.
question.
Is
Can you
that
help me
what
do
you
this?
want?
No, you're not ready. Well, can you help me get
An
ready?
exchange of information?
You do not understand.
I love this whole sequence. I want to, because they're just talking about totally different things. Sheridan's talking about things, right? You tell me something about you. Where'd you go to high school? Who was your, whatever. And Kosh is like, I'm interested in your fundamental being. And it's just, and Kosh is so right. Like, and that's the thing too. Who does truly understand themselves?
Right.
I'm going to guess 8 people in history did. Like, it's just a thing people don't have. We try to find. I've gone on journeys trying to find that understanding, and it's so hard for us to see. And I think Kosh is right. Like, Kosh is trying to say to Sheridan, you need to be at your full potential for what's coming, and you just ain't there, man. You're not there.
Damn it, what do you want? What do you want from me?
Ooh.
What do you
Don't ask
want?
that
You know, ever
question.
since I got here, I've had the feeling that the record shows you hardly ever went to council meetings until I showed up.
You pointed out, no. Do you know how many council meetings Kosh has been to since Sheridan showed up?
Yeah, none.
One.
Oh, one of them.
He's been to one. He also went to one with with Sinclair. Don't think that much of yourself there, pal.
Right.
Jeff, listen to his
When I was
questions here, okay? Listen to what Sheridan is saying here and think of it in light of what we know about the Shadows and the Vorlons from Lorien and all of that, okay? Listen to this.
Now you call me here? Why? Just to throw me out? Are we just toys to you?
Just toys.
Huh? What do you want?
Giants playing in a playground.
Never ask that question.
Dude, he speaks so clearly right
I
there.
got a response out of you.
I will teach you.
About yourself?
About you.
About you.
For what?
To fight legends.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably such a line JMS had in his head for a long time.
Yeah.
And
I love it too because there's there's one level of meaning where like fight legends, like Bruno Sammartino and Ric Flair, like these legends that are there. And then there's the one of like legends like Hercules and Paul Bunyan and, just like these stories.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, exactly.
I don't have time for this. Bad day.
I came here for 2 reasons. Chew bubblegum and kick ass.
I've had a bad day. I'm in a bad mood. I've had a bad headache all day long. Who am I, Jeff?
Who are you?
John freaking McClane, man.
Yeah, right. Yes. This is his moment. He's like, you could have had this.
I'm cranky. The fragging data crystal. Before I started to get surly.
Hand it the Schruck over.
At an early age, someone should have told you you can attract a lot more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Yes, sir.
You're messing with the wrong person, Mr. Cranston.
If you've turned my entire station upside down for nothing.
Ambassador Kosh again requests permission to...
Fine, tell him he can go.
This is incredible acting by Sheridan and Ivanova.
Yeah.
Not Bruce and Claudia.
I don't understand it.
Sheridan and Ivanova.
Exactly.
Escort Ambassador Kosh off his own ship and search it, even if it does mean
is the non-human life
violating
form that it's
Warlord
registering, is it the actual ship?
The ship.
If you are.
Not just Kosh, but the ship?
Because it would almost have to
major
get 2 life forms if it was just Vorlon in the ship.
The Vorlons use organic technology.
Ah, so the ship is the life form.
His testimony? Records.
I wonder why this never came up ever again.
Because it's, at best, it's a tiny piece of a huge
not enough to
puzzle.
go public
At best.
with yet, but it's
I mean,
a start.
this is a lot of oomph
We'll
for a
get
thing
Jacobs
that
onto
doesn't
one of our
matter.
ships as soon as possible. You've just scored a major victory for the good guys.
The good guys. Good guys don't call
always the
themselves
next
good
time,
guys.
They also
But
don't
it
say
stays
for the
that
greater
way,
good.
Captain.
Yet
Because
a
as long as
conversation we
there
also
is a
had the
next
first time
at
around.
least there's a chance we'll win.
So Brent Hunter Prey for the second time in the books. What do you got?
It's a fun episode.
Mhm.
I was right. Is this the greatest episode of the season? No. Is it a top tier episode? No. Is it a bad episode? No.
No.
It's a fine episode. He says this is his least liked episode that he's done.
One of his least favorite episodes.
That's got to be because he sees the technical flaws that, by the way, we also see. And we're like, yeah, it's not great, but it's fine. Cranston, whatever the name of that actor was, we've seen him do better. And I like what JMS said. What happened to his performance on this one?
No idea what
Because
happened.
we've seen him do better. I didn't think that Socrates did terribly in this episode the way you seem to.
I get him this time. I don't know what I was thinking the first time around, but like watching him this time, he's a fish out of water. He's out of his depth. He's an academic, who like tools around with politicians and does medical exams, and he's on the run and he's tired. I think it was a great performance.
Jeff, I have a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to clip something for me and send it to me as soon as you possibly can.
Oh God.
I need an MP3 of you saying what you just said right there, which is,
wrong.
I don't know what I was thinking. And I'm going to put it on a hotkey right over here. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's almost good as this little cup that I got for you that I can.
Oh, bless my little heart. I feel like we made a much bigger deal about the Sheridan Kosh stuff than it really warranted.
Yeah. The first time around.
The first time, yeah. But I also remember going through it the first time. You don't know what's warranted and what's not.
Yeah.
And so the Kosh, like all that Kosh stuff, that seems to be the big story of what's happening. So of course you're going to key in on that, but I love, here's the thing. You know what I remember coming out of this is we're going into like training sequences for Sheridan. Kosh is going to be sending him on missions and teaching him all this sort of stuff, which we know that's not what happens. Like Kosh and Sinclair barely have, or sorry, I keep saying Sinclair, Sheridan. Kosh and Sheridan barely have any interactions really going forward. It's
that we
not,
see.
Yeah. It's not really that. There's that one where he takes him like into the weird spot and he hears all the singing and stuff like that. But a couple little conversations. There's one where Sheridan like fights him in the corridor and Kosh like blasts him with energy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not even sure if it was this Kosh. That might have been the other Kosh. Yeah, like I can really see coming out of this episode thinking, man, this is setting us up for some great stuff. And then
it does, but it's different stuff than we thought it was. This sets us up for the Sheridan on Zaha Doom stuff. And
Yeah.
all that big stuff. But like, yeah, what we thought was coming, no, not at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. So yeah, like this episode, good, not great. Probably better than a lot of what we got so far in this season. But it's just a one-off episode.
It is. Yeah, last week you described Acts of Sacrifice as it's a filler episode. Yeah. That's what this is.
This is too. But I don't like, I would laundry episode, I wouldn't change the channel.
Right.
If this is the episode that's on. I'd probably even stop folding laundry and just kind of watch it. Not intently, but
it's
I'd probably watch it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. How about you? What'd you get out of it?
Same. It was a good time. But I think the biggest point, the biggest, like, most significant thing in the whole episode was the end. Kosh agreeing to help hide the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Like we saw in, like,
because I'm sorry, that implies an off-screen conversation between Sheridan and Kosh
and an agreement
where they set that up.
Yeah. Hey, I'm thinking this. I'm saying, and Kosh is like, yes, and then he does it.
Right.
Where when he was asked about the Centauri and the Narn, he's just like, let them do their thing, man. They're already dead. Like whatever. With Deathwalker, already gone. Like he's not going to get involved. But the fact that not only did he get involved, but like to an extreme extent. That says a lot. I never picked that up before.
Did you get any messages out of this one, Jeff?
We talked about it during the episode, and it's just that idea of understanding who you are. We talk about this so many times in our first time viewing, but the concept of be, do, and have. There's the things you have, there's the things you do, and there's who you actually are.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that scene so much where Sheridan is essentially talking about the things they do. And Kosh is like, no, this is about who you are, and I will help you understand who you are. So then you're ready to do this other stuff. That's something we could all benefit from, is taking that moment. It's not what we do. It's not our position. It's not any of those things. It's not the cool coffee mug that I have or whatever. It's who I am inside. But did you get anything message-wise?
I did, and it was one, and I feel like this is one of those, and I feel like I've had a few of these lately. Like, this is fresh. This needs a little bit of baking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's still a little unbaked, but I think there's some really good raw dough to this one. Garibaldi. This one comes from Garibaldi in this episode. He says, maybe somebody should have labeled the future some assembly required.
That was great.
When you think about the hope for the future, Jeff, we see Star Trek and it's just there. We see a lot of other stuff and it's very dystopian, and we didn't make it. We didn't get there. I'm not going to say what Babylon 5 is or isn't doing, or that Babylon 5 is this is how we get there or anything like that. I'm not going to say that, but I do think it's a very astute observation that you don't just arrive at utopia. You don't just get there. You've got to build towards it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to earn it by changing, by growing, by becoming something more than what you were. Hey, by the way, this step that I just took, that doesn't mean that I'm there at the end, but I am a little bit closer than I was the day before. And we have to build that idea of like, hey, that future that you want, listen, folks, that future that we want, that sci-fi future, that future where we're not divided based on group, kind of what we talked about last week, Jeff. We're not divided based on our groups, based on our demographic things. Resources are no longer a commodity and a limited thing that we're not in a scarce society anymore. It's a post-scarce society, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be able to get to that sort of a spot where we're players on the intergalactic stage, or at least the not intergalactic, maybe intragalactic.
Okay, yeah,
stage.
that works.
Is that the right word? I guess in that sense, because we're ready to be out there and to join them. If we want to get there, we're going to have to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to earn it. We're going to have to do the things it takes to be that. We're not just going to get there. I had an old sort of mentor of mine who would talk about, and I think this came from Joe Gibbs, who's a great football coach, wrote a book. I want to say it was him. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But he would talk about the will to versus the want to. Everybody wants to make the team. Everybody wants to play professional football. Everybody wants to fill in the blank. Okay. I know there's a lot of people, I don't really want to play professional football. Fill in the blank for what it is you wanted to do. Okay. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants the lead in the play. Everybody wants to be the singer, the Taylor Swift. But here's the question. Do you have the will to do what it takes to get there? Do you have the will to be disciplined and to put in the work and to put in the practice? Do you have the will to eat the right kinds of foods and to fuel your body in the right way? Do you have the will to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do the workouts that you have to do to get your body there? Do you have the will to be able to do it? Because we all have the want to, but do you have the will to? Look, we all want the great future. We all want the unified future. But the question is, do you have the will to make it happen? Because, and I love this, Jeff, I love this. The future is some assembly required. We've got to make the future.
Yep.
Make it what you want it to be.
JMS has a little bit to say about that as well.
Oh, does he?
And I think what's great about it, I'm going to read what he says here when he talks about it in the script book. But
okay,
you are the postscript to what he says.
Okay.
He says, what saves this from being one of those episodes, I wish I dropped off the end of a pier. The down below scene.
I'm sorry. I like that he has the word episodes as a plural.
Right.
Like, there's more than one. Like, I've got a couple. I'd really just love to just drop kick into the ocean.
It says it's the conversation between Richard Biggs and Jerry Doyle where they discuss the future. Has nothing to do with plots, conspiracies. It has everything to do with simple humanity, with the things we all long for and never get, and the future that we were all promised, but which never quite manifested itself. He says he loves that scene dearly. But then I think what you just talked about comes at the end of that and you work for that future.
Yeah.
It wasn't given to us. It didn't manifest on its own, but we work for it.
Well, Jeff, those are some of the messages we found.
Mm-hmm.
New messages. I like the one. Okay, I know I'm biased. I just said it, but I like the one that I just said. You know, we've talked about your do be have several times before, and it's a solid message. It absolutely holds up. If we ever write the book, The Messages of Babylon 5, that's one that's going to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a new one. I love when we discover the new message that we missed the first time around. And I love that. Listen, the future is some assembly required, maybe all assembly required.
Yes.
The future is brought to you by IKEA.
Yeah, exactly. Except
you got to do it all.
But it's not going to be as simple, right? It's not as simple as it's hard work. But there are instructions, there is a manual, and there are pieces.
And you can get there.
Go.
You can get there.
Yep.
But you're gonna have, if that's the future you want, you're gonna have to make it happen. You're gonna have to have the will to make that happen.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. Well, Jeff, along with the messages, you know, the other thing we're doing is we're creating the 100% completely accurate definitive ranking of Babylon 5 season 2 for the second time. We did this the first time around, but it's time to revisit that and do this because this is a whole new experience. You know, the first watch is a different ranking than the second watch.
It is. It's a different show.
Do what?
It's a different show.
It really is, isn't it, Jeff?
It's like I like to say, Babylon 5 is a series that you get to watch for the first time twice.
Oh, yeah. Guys, quote that. Quote that. All right. Current top 5, Jeff, because you get to place this one. This is your responsibility. You get to put it right where it lands. Wait, real quick, where did this episode land in the final ranking?
Final ranking of our first time viewing. This came in at number 9. It's a top 10 episode.
So this was originally number 4. Future episodes pushed this down to number 9. I don't know if we re-ranked it at all or not either. I'm curious where this falls. I'm curious if this even hits the top 5 for you this time around. Actually, you know what, Jeff? I'm not going to go top 5 here.
Okay.
I'm gonna come middle 5 because listen, our top one. Oh my gosh, our top episodes right now: The Coming of Shadows, Soulmates, Geometry of Shadows, Race Through Dark Places. You're not even gonna touch All Alone in the Night. This isn't even gonna make top 5 right now. I don't think
it can't. It really.
I don't think it's just not.
No.
So I'm gonna go with the second 5. All right, our number 10 episode right now is Revelations. Number 9 is A Distant Star. Number 8 is Points of Departure. Number 7 is Acts of Sacrifice. And number 6 is Gropos. Jeff, where does this episode fall in the ranking? Is it in this spot? Is it below? I'd be shocked if it was above, but you get to place it, my friend.
Last week you talked about this, and I love it so much because it's here again. We've been doing this a long time. We are often we're on completely opposite sides of a thing that happened, but so often we know what the other one is thinking, and you are dead on right. And this is going to sound like a repeat of last week's entire episode because I end up looking at the same spot you were last week. Gropos is the one where this kind of hinges. The Gropos Acts of Sacrifice area, you're right, it's not going to be a top 5 episode, but it is in the middle. And I mean, what I love about this episode as compared to Acts of Sacrifice and Gropos more than Acts, but like there's series spanning stuff that happens here, you know, but much like Acts of Sacrifice, it's laying pavement for things that happen later. I can watch the Zaha Doom stuff. I can watch Kosh getting beat up and killed by the shadows and not need this background to make all of that work. So I land where you landed before. What would I rather watch?
It's such a great litmus test.
It just, I mean, it comes down to it.
When you're between a couple of spots, that's what would I rather put on next?
Which one do I want to watch? And the thing is, like, this and Gropos both are good, like action. There's action. They're fun, you know, like there's some fun to the episodes. And so this, Brent, it's gonna land right underneath Gropos as our number 7 on the series.
Pushing Acts of Sacrifice down another spot.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough call overall. And where this, God, I hate it because this killed the Acts of Sacrifice ranking the first time around as well. But the Lumati storyline, the Ivanova portion of that, like she handles it, but the fact it was there, I'm gonna hold it against that episode, I think, for time immemorial.
You know why I can't? Because Claudia asked for it. I mean, she has to have more funny scenes, and this is what JMS gave her. But still, like, and she kind of, it's hard for me to put that against her, just considering she asked for it.
And she did the hell out of it. Like she
really did. She went full bore with it, right?
Yeah.
So I can't wholly disagree with you, but I think you have it in the right spot. Put it that way. I would prefer to watch this over Acts of Sacrifice again.
Yeah.
But I do think it's right there. It's in the right range for sure.
Right about. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jeff, that is going to do it for Hunter Prey. Next week, we are watching, do you remember this episode? There All the Honor Lies.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember what this episode's about. I'm sitting here right now. I have not re-listened to our episode. I have not watched it since. I'm not hearing this episode title and going, oh yeah, it's the one where I don't have it. So I'm interested to get into it and find out, but I do have my prediction written down.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you have your prediction from the first time around? What did you predict this episode would be?
You know, almost like grabbing that Gropos thread and continuing. I thought this was going to be a Keffer episode.
Oh yeah, Keffer.
You know, he had that whole thing go down in hyperspace, and so I figured he was going to go back in and like stake his honor really on like the shadows and the people that were lost and all the things that happened.
But we know that he does that eventually.
Yep.
Just not yet.
Not this one.
Like I think that's like later in the season. It's where he dies, right?
Yeah, later on. But I won't. I'm not going to give you anything about this episode. I'm going to let you experience it for yourself when we watch it the second time. What did you predict it was going to be about?
Well, I had a big, long prediction on this one.
Not you. I don't believe that for a second.
I'm not sure I like the tone of your voice when you say that there, Mr. Akin. I said that when we hear the word honor, there are 3 names that come to mind. Garibaldi, Londo, and Delenn. And so I went out on a limb and I said that this is going to feature not an A plot, not an A plot, B plot, but it's going to feature an A, B, and C plot, Jeff. Right? Which is probably why I had so much to say, because there's 3 different things going on here. And it would feature those 3, Delenn, Garibaldi, and Londo. Now, I really started nailing home and drilling down on this whole idea of the redemption of Londo Mollari. And this is where it starts, because it didn't start last week. So it's got to start here, right? This is where the redemption of Londo Mollari starts. That's his deal. He's going to have to come face to face with where his honor is, right? Like, where does his honor, like that's his part of it, right? Garibaldi, he was just going to be the comic relief. Like whatever his part of honor is going to be funny. You know, maybe, I don't know, he gets a piece of mail and the guy at the mailroom doesn't want to give it to him. And so he has to break in and use his station credentials or whatever to make it happen. And he really shouldn't. And that's, you know, it'd be something like that. Delenn still has to deal with the fallout of losing her seat at the Great Council. where she's just an ambassador now. So she's got to do that. And I took it a step further and I said the 3 different things would all like interweave. Like they would all mesh and go together, kind of like that TKO Ivanova and Walker intercutting. It would kind of do something like that. That's what I said it would be. How about you? What did you say?
I already said what I said. You talked for so long, you forgot.
I talked for so long, I forgot.
Which is great. You can join us here next week and you'll see what it was actually about. I'm excited for you to watch this one for the second time, Brent, because
that's what happens. I'm sorry. That's what happens when I don't look at the note and I just kind of riff off the cuff.
I'm
like, wait, shoot. Because he switched back and forth every week.
Exactly. It makes it hard. But I'm excited for you to watch this next one. The moment this starts, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's that one. This is one of those episodes, at least for us.
Okay, great. I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. Can we record right now?
Maybe. Well, we need to finish this one up first.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Probably a good idea.
Join us here next week. We're going to watch this. It's going to be great. It's going to be an episode that means something is what it's going to be. So make sure that you're subscribed wherever you're watching or listening. Leave us a rating, a review, leave a comment, do all that cool stuff. And before next week's episode, share this with someone so they can join us for that great viewing. So until next time, I'm going to wrap up, and I don't have access to the button here, so I can get access to the button.
Listen. The first time, Jeff, the first time we did this episode, you told me you didn't like me interrupting you and cutting you off, and I cut you off the first time. I apologize. I said I wasn't going to do it again. I'm not here. I'm just letting you go, Ben.
You are really kind. I appreciate that so much.
You know what, though? Just here's what I would have said.
Okay.
I'm actually really impressed with how much Sheridan's conspiracy stuff played into this one.
Why would you have said that?
We didn't talk about this. I just having this thought right now.
Why would you have said that? There's like nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just so many references to other conspiracies and stuff like that out there.
Dude, what in the shruck are you talking about? I'm going to give you one piece about next week's episode that I'm excited about.
Okay, what's that?
It's got OG Natoth in it.
Oh,
Caitlin Brown.
But without the makeup, she comes in as the lawyer lady, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I remember. I don't remember why, but I remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff and I can't see each other, like when the credits roll. Like we can. It's small. It's down there in the corner, but we can see each other.
Well, the great thing is in the post production of this, that doesn't pop up. Like in the video we pull down from here, we have to manually put it back in. And so when I start working on the video, it's just us.
Is it really?
Yeah, for like a minute. Just like.
Well, what you will see is me doing this for a very long time, and you're just didn't even look at me. And I was like, son of a.
I was texting my kid. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There was a comment that I wanted to go back to. For that, and let's see here. Katerina says, talking about when we were talking about the laundry.
I saw this one too. Yeah.
Said, I was actually in the process of doing laundry when you announced you were recording, and I prefer to watch. You prefer to watch us, you guys, and leave the laundry for later. So, Katerina, you're awesome. Yeah. And then Ben goes, living proof of my laundry rating. Which that's a great rating. We need to remember this for a future show.
Totally.
What is the laundry rating of this episode? Which is solely do you put the stuff down and grab the remote and just watch it? Or do you sit there and fold clothes and maybe while it goes to a commercial, you flip channels, but if nothing's on, you come back to it? Or is it like a changing the channel right away? I'm not even like, that's a good little system there. I kind of like that.
I think so. Yeah.
That's a fun. Nobody else will enjoy it or like it, I'm sure, but
it makes sense though.
It makes sense to me. I think it's a good rating system.
this is one that we enjoyed the first time. It's a
I'm excited. I really don't remember what it's about.
highly quotable. There's some quotes in it that you'll be like, oh my God, I hear that all the time. That's so important. Like that's a thing.
All right. Hey, Sarah backs the laundry rating. Thank you guys so much. We do need to get out here. My kid, I hear her. She's right there, like huffing at me.
Right.
Saying, Dad, shut up. So we love you guys. Thank you so much. Drop 65 down in the comments below. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.